gonna do right now what we have done for ZedBoard on the very first video. We're gonna do for ZedBoard now. So let's create a new project here. I'm gonna call this project name ZDemo1. You can call it whatever you want, just make sure it has no space on it in the project name or in the project location. I'm gonna use the RTL project again. My target language is VHDL, but feel free to use Verilog if you're more comfortable with. Just gonna hit next for all the defaults here. Just go for board, ZedBoard, and finish. So right now Vivado is creating the project. You should see the window right now open up. So in here we're gonna go to IP integrator and we're gonna create a new block design. You can call whatever you want. I'm gonna call mine system. So in here we have a blank diagram. I'll make this window a little bigger. So just gonna add an IP here. It's called the Zinc processing system. I'm gonna run this block automation, and then we're gonna add a XCGPIO IP as well. Once we add this, we should be seeing a connection automation. So before we actually do this, double click the XCGPIO, go for IP configuration and enable dual channel. Just run the connection automation right now and hit the S_XII. So we're gonna add the processor resist and also the XC peripheral. So just gonna regenerate this view here and gonna flip those two off place. And keep this guy here on the bottom. And this guy here closer to the top. So in here we should see what we have on our oldest diagram in the presentation. So we're gonna hit this tab here where I say board. We go for dip switches. We're gonna use them on the channel 1 of our GPIO, and we're gonna use the LEDs here in the channel 2. So hit OK. Just validate your design now. Make sure everything is correctly. Go for sources again, right click here and click on create a HDL wrapper. You should tag this second one where Vivado will manage the wrapper and auto update it. So in here you should see the hierarchy being updated. Your block design is actually something smaller from your system wrap. I'm gonna save my block design now and I'm gonna run the bit stream. This takes a little while, so I think I'm gonna pause the recording right now and I'm gonna resume this video once the whole thing has been run through. If you have no errors, you should be seeing this message when the generation is completed. So you open your implemented design. We're gonna switch from Vivado to the software development kit really soon. It's what we call SDK. Once we export the hardware here, we can launch the SDK. So once your device is open, you go for File, Export Hardware, include your bit stream. You're using the FPGA on the board right now, so you probably want to use this. Once this is done, you can go File, Launch SDK. I never changed those, and I think it's a good practice to keep everything local to your project. So right now we should be seeing this window here, importing the hardware specification. Right now we have our hardware platform specification. You get a MAC address for your processors, Cortex, the Cortex 0 and the Cortex 1, and the IP blocks present on this design is actually listed here on the bottom as well. So right now what we want to do is create an application project. Let's gonna call switch